this next piece of video. Here we go. Watch. Can you believe that? So this is a flock of yellow-headed blackbirds crashing to the ground by the hundreds on a random street in Mexico last week in Chihuahua. So you can see several of them just literally, dozens of the birds are left dead. Many of them come right back up, are able to fly away, but it's believed they may have died as a result of toxic fumes from a nearby heater or even something having to do with power lines nearby. It's still, frankly, a big old mystery. No cause of death has been determined yet, but the video is just so stunning because, as we say every day on this show, it seems like we've got something you've never seen or heard before, and that would certainly qualify as today's video. Hopefully they'll be able to piece it together, you guys, as to what was behind it all.
Crazy is
What would
this?
even
Look at this.
cause-
Is that insane?
Right, but there's no other wind. Like, there's trees and things that are
Right.
just sitting there,
Right.
and then all of a sudden it's almost like they're blown out.
Was there like a plane up there somewhere maybe that,
Well, you don't see pieces of plane falling down. It's just birds. That's
but maybe
crazy.
it just blew them
And
out
they're
or
beautiful
something.
birds. They got that beautiful.
Hey, Shalom, Mike. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Racha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching the word in our true faith and sincerity. And today, pretty much want to tie this lesson, man's death. You know, because that's what's coming upon the planet Earth. And all the signs I hear, you know, to show that, you know, a lot of people gonna die in this lifetime, too, as in the days of Noah were. In that time, it was on a remnant left Noah his house. It's gonna be the same thing. That there's gonna be a large, you know, the masses of the people will be cut down, man. And just going back to the video, you know, those birds falling out of the sky. Well, that's not the only time that happens. That's a frequent thing in this time. You know, birds dropping dead from out of the sky. Well, those are things to consider. You know, let's get this in the book of Job, the 12th chapter and the 7th verse. It said, "But as now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee." See? So these animals, you know, they're actually set up for teaching moments as well. You know, the scripture says, consider the ant. You know, and other animals that have been pointed out. Tells you dealing with the, like I said, the ant as well as other animals to look to, and it's different points you can get from it, man. It says, "Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee." See, even the things within the earth, and the fishes of the sea, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. See, because also you even have like these animals. It's a thing called beaching which this different animals will actually jump out the water to get away from the polluted. I mean, they can't even breathe in the damn water, man. But those are, you know, those different acts these animals do. But as well as these different events is set up for us to consider, such as the clip I just played, birds falling from out the sky, man. Dropping dead. And that's not the only, like I said, that's not the only occasion that happens. That's a frequent thing. You know, but guess what? That's going to actually happen with man as well. You know, a large quantity of people are going to die, man. Now, it's not like the whole earth is going to blow up or anything like that, but especially here in America, you know, either we're here to be delivered or to be destroyed. Just speaking America alone, because this whole landmass will be destroyed, man. But as well as other parts of the earth is going to get hit. You know, a lot of the place is going to affect everywhere else as well, man. You know, but the results is what? mass death. Let's see, this is the book of 2 Esdras 5 and 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens. See, and that's concerning the prophecies. Behold, the days shall come. See, it said, behold, meaning to look, to see, because we seeing it now. That they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. See, that word great is there because it's any and everything that can kill you. Like they said, one of the things that could have killed had the birds to drop out of the sky was some dealing in the air. Or it was a power liners. But guess what? You can't come to just one conclusion in this lifetime, because in it and everything can kill you, man. And that's what's gonna happen to these people. These people it's a plethora of ways. Tells you the Lord have pointed certain deaths to people. So that's why in this lifetime, the sword is ruling, which is Esau, even the so-called white man, which he's gonna play a big part in that through his military. That jab, the food, all these things, just those things in itself is going to contribute to the people being taken in a great number. The famine, the beasts of the field, all these things are the different tools the Lord is going to use to take the people in a great number. See, that word great right there ain't just there for no reason. Let's get this in the book of 2 Esdras 16 and verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. See? Of his highest degree. The perfection of it, man. And just seeing these certain animals die off in large numbers. That's just a prelude to what the Lord gonna do to man. It says the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And that's part of the beginning of the evil, seeing different events like that. Said concerning the animals, these are birds falling out the sky, certain animals beaching themselves. That is going to grow to, because even dealing with the famine, just a human man is not going to just be hungry. They're going to be affected by the famine. Even the beasts of the field is going to be affected, from your household pets to the ones that's been in the woods this whole time. To that point in time they was going to come out, man. But these are the beginning of evils, which going to grow into great death. So this is the time we in, man. Let's read it again. 2 Esdras 5 and 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come. See, that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. And that lets you know this is what's going to keep us, is this truth. Having that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is what's going to keep us and prevent us from falling apart when these things take place, man. Because we here. But these things are set to befall the planet Earth, which they already here. It's just only going to increase, man. As a matter of fact, was that that Jeremiah 15 chapter? Jeremiah 15. And 2, it said, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord. And it's concerning Israel. When everything's said and done, when all hell break loose, now you want to look for the answers. But that's when it says the way of truth shall be hid. So what's the only way you're gonna go? The way of destruction, man. You know, and this is concerning our people, but also this is gonna just spill over to the regular old America, these heathen nations, to the Gooks, to Hamites, to all the way up to these Edomites, because that's ultimately tells you that this destruction is for the third part of man. But whoever is joined unto him as well is going to feel the brunt of in front of brunt of that wrath as well, man. You know. So it says, "Thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity." And all these things, it's nothing good. And ultimately, all of it leads to death. From death, just death in itself, that's a broad statement. And that lets you know any and everything is going to kill these people, man. And it broke down to the sword, which is categories within that, the famine and the captivity, which is, those concentration camps. It says, "And I will appoint over them four kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to destroy." So like, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. See, ultimately, you go into dealing with Illuminati, so-called Illuminati, these elite bankers and their agenda, and part of their plans. You have the Georgia Guidestones. Well, their first commandment is to pretty much knock down the population to like under 500 million, something like that. But really, this is all the plans of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I ain't saying the 500 million part, but just the cutting down of the population. This is all the plans of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because like I said, we are once again in the time of Noah. Where pretty much only 8 people were saved in that lifetime, which we know in this lifetime is going to be more. But the point is, it was only a residue left when the Lord got through with his judgments, man. Only a remnant was left when the smoke cleared and the dust settled. That's the elect, This is I think is it 40? I think it's 44. Bear with me. Yep. This is Ecclesiastes Sirach 44 and 17. Noah was found perfect and righteous. See, because he pretty much walked with Yahweh from outside. He was on one accord. It says, "In the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world." See, and so we once again in a time of wrath where the Lord is about to pour forth his judgment. It says, "Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came." See, and that flood is once again going to happen by the way of a plethora of plagues to hit the planet Earth. The perfection of that is that flood of fire by the way of this thermonuclear war, man. But as you can see, that Noah was just left as a remnant, in his household. Everybody else got it. They was consumed. They was overwhelmed with that judgment. From the famine to the beast of the newly created beast, to the sword, which Esau with that ranges, all the way up to those missiles, man. That's that flood of judgment the Lord's gonna bring in this lifetime. But it's all an effort to to wipe this place clean, man. This the answer. This the only way to make things right. Because it goes into matter of fact, let's just end off with this in the book of Genesis, the 6th chapter. Genesis 6. And verse 5, it said, "The Most High saw that the the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart were only evil continually. See? And that we seeing that once again, you know, the just nothing but we seeing, actually we witnessing wickedness at its height, man. Great wickedness. That's why it's going to bring forth great judgment. That's why the people is going to be taken in a great number. You know? And it said the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So, hey, as time goes on, this place is getting worse and worse, man. You know, you have these different, the alphabet people has pretty much taken over. To CEOs, to the chairmans and head of this and head of that. And they're just scratching the surface, man. But it's only even continually. It said, and they repented the Lord that he had made man on earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So what's the medicine, the solution? And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the earth, and it repented me that I have made them. So the only solution, the Lord, the only solution is what the Lord had to destroy, these people, man, in that time. And it said both man and beast. It tells you that in Ezekiel, I think it's 25 or 35, concerning Edom. Once the Lord destroy this place, he's got to destroy both man and beast, because the beasts are defiled as well, man. All bugged out and shit. These devils be feeding these animals, certain cattle, Skittles. He pop them, give them steroids, so they got to go as well, man. Or just going back to the clip, they was affected by the air or some crazy shit. That's why they fell out the sky, man. So that's the solution. It says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. See, and that's talking about the elect in this lifetime. And that grace is by the way of this truth, man. It said in the eyes of the Lord. See, that's heavy. But the point is that this is what's coming upon the planet Earth. And just sort of things like that, just seeing that clip of the atoms falling out of the sky. You hear about certain sea creatures beaching themselves. Well, that's just a prelude to what the Lord's going to do to man, So, yeah, I just hope to edify. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA of Ba'akabal. Soon, very soon.